Ricardo, back on the pitch. How excited did you feel today?
Yeah, very happy to be back. I think I've had a bit of unluck. I've been unlucky for the past season, but very happy to be back and get a win at home.
Just watching the footage of your injury, you could feel the pain. To be honest, how unlucky was this injury?
Yeah, I think it's an injury that you don't see much in football. Of course, it's an injury that maybe if it happens 100 times, I think 99 times nothing happens. But like I said, I've been very unfortunate, but happy to be back on the pitch.
And then what happens in your mind? What is crossing your mind? The World Cup immediately, or what happened?
Yeah, at first you start thinking about why you've had so many injuries, of course. But then, of course, World Cup is one of those thoughts. But then at the end of the day, you just focus on your recovery and being back as fast as possible. So I had a day or two where I was really thinking about what's happening. Like I've never had big injuries in my life like this. But then I just moved on and focused on getting back on the pitch.
And if you look at that, having multiple injuries, what was your conclusion? What was the reason, you think?
I couldn't really find an answer, to be honest. I think it's just part of the game. Part of the game. Like I said, I've been very lucky to have no injuries in my career almost. But this has been the year that I haven't been very lucky. So I couldn't really find an answer. But I hope that from now on I stay healthy as much as possible.
The manager had a few nice words for you yesterday on the press conference. He mentioned your positive mindset. How easy was it for you to flip that switch?
Yeah, I've always been a person who, he tries to stay strong mentally, of course. It wasn't the easiest of switches, of course, like I said, because, I've had a couple injuries this year. But, I think at the end of the day, I just grinded through it and, I was just able to flip the switch.
And then the fans chanting your name when you entered the pitch. You had a goal quite fast. What did you think?
No, it was beautiful, of course, being here home and, like I said, winning the 3 points. I kind of missed it. Last couple of games I've been watching from the stands, so I think it was beautiful to be back.
They cancelled the first goal. It was because Saibari entered the box too early. Yeah. But yeah, you were expecting the ball, obviously, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm always in that position. I was very happy to score the first goal, but like I said, I had to reward myself at the end of the day with the second one. So.
Yeah, and the second one was way prettier, right?
Yeah, of course. Everything happens for a reason, of course. But I wish I had both. But one is okay. One is okay for now.
This is the other goal. When a goal gets cancelled, are you extra motivated?
Yeah, it could be, of course. I think as a striker, you always have to be ready for any chance. I had the time and space to be able to have a shot here, and I just took it.
For you, even when you were sidelined with the injury, there was a lot of talks about you and Fulham and PSV not wanting you to let you go. What was it like for you?
Oh, like I said, at the end of the day, I was just really focused on my injury. Now I'm here at PSV, so I'm just really focused on the rest of the season and winning the title.
But is it serious already? Are you personal on an agreement already?
No, nothing's happened at the moment. We're waiting to see what happens.
You still want to have a lot of games here at PSV. What is the plan? Taking it easy now, getting your minutes, or immediately in the starting 11?
No. I think I want to be back on the pitch as much as possible. Of course, competing with my teammates. The plan is to finish the season off strong and, like I said, win the title and score as many goals as possible.
Because you have been quite unfortunate with the striking position at PSV. It looks like a curse almost. What is it?
Yeah, like I said, I can't really find an answer to be honest. But we play a sport where a lot of contact happens and injuries like these are going to happen. So just try to keep as many guys healthy as possible.
Thanks. Good luck.